Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel and to the last video of the Moth, my arrow suspended coaster that I've been doing in a couple videos here, little project on my channel, and this is probably the last video of 2023 as well. Today I'm just going to be tidying up some edges, doing the last kind of touches, and then I'm going to skip ahead and show you kind of the finished results. Also going to give you a look around at night time. I did some lighting as well. Yeah, so the stuff that I've skipped out is stuff like more custom support building and kind of foliage and stuff like that, because you've seen me already do some areas with foliage and rocks and also a lot of custom supporting already. So I don't want to repeat myself. It's really boring for those who are watching. If you do find that interesting, I'm really sorry. Yeah, so as you can see, this is kind of where I'm at, and it's just this kind of corner here that's left to do. I put a river in there. I'm just going to do the edges there in like this darker green. I think it really looks nice along the river edge. I've darkened the water a little bit as well. Maybe I did that in the last episode, I can't remember. And yeah, and then basically I take the mouse, and I've said this a few times before, as it gets further away from the water, I do bigger circle motions with the mouse to kind of disperse that grass, so it's not just kind of all on one area along the river. So that looks better. And then I really wanted to add something that's kind of more interacting with the ride, and I kind of went here for a monorail, very similar to the monorail at Alton Towers that goes over the top of Nemesis. Absolutely love that. I love how they built Nemesis around the existing monorail, and I wanted to kind of give this that same kind of feel, give it a monorail that maybe was already there, and this arrow coaster was maybe built around it. Maybe the monorail is very old as well, maybe from the 80s, because the suspended arrow coasters were also from around, you know, the 80s and maybe even the 70s actually, late 70s, 80s, maybe there's a few built in the 90s. They're not really built anymore, they're not really like a common ride, or they're not really in demand anymore. They're definitely like a family thrill ride, and but yeah, I kind of wanted to give this little map here, a little bit of history, maybe kind of give the idea that this transport ride was already there and the coaster was kind of built around it. So yeah, that was the idea behind that, and I really just think also doing something like that just kind of breaks up the map a little bit, kind of makes it more interesting to look at, and really does create, like I said, like something interactive with the coaster and this transport ride together in one. So I've just kind of supported the monorail there, and I'm now adding some nets underneath it over the top of where the track areas are for the coaster. And kind of what's left to do in this area now is custom support the rest of the coaster and kind of do some more trees, foliage, and kind of do the rocks like I did in the beginning of the video along the water line there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fade into the finished product, and now here you can see how the map is looking. And yeah, I am sorry, there is some lag. What would my channel be without lag? So here we are, 2023, and I'm still having computer issues, but to be honest, it's not running too bad. And yeah, so I just want to show you some details here. I made like a little access pathway there for some stuff, and did some like stepping stones across the water. I added some lily pads and rocks in there, some foliage along the water, finished all those lovely supports off as well, keeping inside with the rest of the coaster and also kind of the original supports used on these arrow coasters. And I really think the whole thing came together really nicely, to be honest. Here is nighttime, and I really wanted to kind of give it some like dark, kind of mysterious color scheme, and so I went in there with like purples and reds and some blues in a couple other areas as well. There is actually a tunnel on this ride here, kind of on the last curve, that's below the second lift hill, and that's got smoke coming out of the tunnels, and it's got the red dark lighting underneath there as well, which will make a really cool kind of interaction moment when you're on the coaster itself. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the coaster kind of running around a little bit from a couple different angles, but I hope you have enjoyed this build. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this as well. It's been really fun to build. I've not put any like pressure on myself with doing it. I've kind of just built it here and there when I felt like it, jumped into the game every now and then, did a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and started kind of putting this together, and I've really enjoyed it. Definitely going to do one of these again, maybe with a different coaster type. So if you have a suggestion of what you would like to see me build, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I'm thinking along the lines of like a small compact Intamin launch coaster, or like a Vekoma tilt coaster, or something like that. I recently, well, it wasn't really recently, but I did do a Mac hypercoaster when the announcement of Hyperia, at the time it was Project Exodus at Thorpe Park, when that was announced a couple years ago now, I was inspired to do a hypercoaster, so I actually went and built a Mac hypercoaster, and you can find that on my channel as well. And I'll put a little link in the corner now, so you can click on that and go and watch me build that. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. It was a very similar project to this, where I kind of take a piece of land and really concentrate on like one area of a theme park rather than a whole park. Something that I much prefer doing, so I can really concentrate and put all my kind of effort and detail into this one small little map and really focus on this one ride. And sometimes, like this map as well, sometimes I throw in a flat ride in there, like the drop tower. But yeah, I will go ahead and probably put this on Steam for those of you that want to download it and check it out. It will be called the Moth, inspired by, you know, the previous coasters of this type, like the Bat, etc. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.